Hello. Oh man, how's it going? My head is scratchy for some reason. Is there anything on it? No, just wrinkles because I'm fucking old. Actually, that could be wrinklier for my age. I'm 73. Yeah, that's not bad, right? It's funny when you're not doing a podcast regular, those aren't things that you think about, or all of a sudden just normally my head would itch and then I would just go on with my day, but now my head itches. What's happening there with this and this and it's called character, everybody. Speaking of looks, we're going to bring back a popular segment on this show. I've still been getting submissions, but I've decided like not to necessarily do it every episode. But there is a new one. I think it's great. And the segment is called Bobby Looks So Dumb. And here we go. Bobby so dumb, 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 dumb. Pretty straightforward. And here it is. There you go. Look how fucking stupid he looks. Here's right here. There we go. Thank you to Joanna for sending this in. I appreciate it. Actually, like 4 people sent this in, which is pretty funny because I think I don't know if it's happening right now, or something, or he just posted it. But yeah, classic. He looks like a fucking idiot. Our good friend Bobby Lee. So that's that. Play the song again. Bobby, Yep. That's you, Bobby. You fuck. All right. So, good news. Going on the road. Going on calling it a tour. Who knows? But a little stand-up journey. I've been fucking worried about, going to. I almost wanted to call it the Anywhere But Florida tour, because that's the one state I'm still like, nah. I'll fucking a breakthrough case is just gonna go. I'll feel it entering my fucking eyes and nose because it's probably in the fucking air there. Ugh. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. Let me show you the tour poster. There they are. Those are just some of the dates. I couldn't really fit them all. Not that there's a fucking 1,000 of them, but I don't like those posters where like, there's this much sort of image, and then it's just this fucking giant chunk, and then I just go like, yeah, or I don't even read them. I want it to just be fucking like rad ass art like this, which it is. Thank you to Senorita _ugly on Instagram, who did this for me. Fucking super cool artist, all original work, and does commissions, and they look fucking as cool as this. Forget my face. Let's look at this. Forget my dumb face. Let's look at my drawn face. How cool is that? This is what's awesome about social media is you can just find cool artists like this. Just like I was already following her, and just like the artist that, this here podcast cover art. You could find that on Etsy, Vampy Illustrations. Boom. Go get her stuff. This, Senorita _ugly, Instagram. Contact her. Ask if you have an idea. Boom. And work together. You pay them money. Everyone wins. And we move forward with cool art in the world that wasn't there fucking 5 days ago. So, thank you again, Senorita. Let me put that up there. How do I do that? I actually, this is the first time. Uh, underscore. Let's see. How's this gonna look? There. At actually is what that should say. Um, there. Now, did I probably spell this wrong? Knowing me, yeah, I did because I'm dumb, and I'm at the age now, not old, but just at the age. Whenever you go, I'm at the age. People all of a sudden think you're old. No, it's just the age where X thing starts happening, and it's my memory is sort of starting to go like, wait, what was that thing from yesterday? Or like, God, where did I put that object? Where are my keys? Where's my beanie? And not all the time, just like, and my memory used to never be like that. I would never forget anything. I remember conversations full verbatim from however many years ago. And that's starting now. I think partially also, let me get all this shit out of the way. Sorry. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Okay. Hi. Full screen. That's from Vampy Illustrations right there. One. That's original artwork. It's beautiful. Oh, speaking of cool stuff, I already did this before, but Adam from Tool has fucking these little miniature versions of his guitar. This one I could afford. This one I could pull the financial trigger on that. But it's cool. And that's going to live there now forever. So look, over the last week I've been forgetting to take my meds for some reason, and I have a fucking reminder. I don't know if anyone does this, but like, and I don't know, this is a chicken or the egg thing. Am I forgetting just because like my memory is starting to have mini lapses just because that's what happens in your late 30s? Or is the medicine kind of will do that if I forget to take it into a day, and then it throws me off for a day, and then the next day I'll forget or think I did or not be sure, and then it's just this fucking so that's been happening for like a couple weeks, and it's starting to fuck with me. And so I've had to set different reminders. I put like a post-it note on the mirror, and then I have a reminder on my phone, and one on like my computer or something. Like I and this just speaks to like the power of the medication and how it works, because dude, it works. I mean, I'm on Wellbutrin and Zoloft, and I had to tinker with the dosage. I went like from the entry level Zoloft up to like the ceiling, which is like 200, and then now I'm like, I think I'm at like 50, and that was kind of the sweet spot. At first it was 200, then that felt like a little much. You just, your body can sort of just feel it out. And then I went down to like 150, then 100, and then I stayed at 100, and then my Wellbutrin went from 150 to 3, and then I felt like I didn't need as much Zoloft, so now I'm kind of like floating there now. And it's this dance that you got to do with your mind and your body and the meds and what feels good and what doesn't. And I'm glad I got on them because they work, because I don't want to fucking give up every 6 hours or just, suicidal ideation, that kind of shit where you're like, how would I end it? What if I do? Maybe that's the way out. That kind of stuff. And casually, not even like through tears, just sort of like, if I were to do it, how would you start going through like the list of like, a bridge, like a fucking bullet to the head, some kind of self-strangulate, and it's a casual thought like, what do I feel like having for lunch? And it's not as serious as having lunch, because that's something I really, really want to do. But this is just sort of like, you got a little bit of time and you just start sort of thinking. But I don't have, like, I went through the whole pandemic shutdown part of it I didn't have any of it. and it's initially thanks to the meds, and the meds helped me sort of get into meditation and get myself back on track in terms of eating right and exercising. All those things like work together. It's not just I sat there, started taking meds, and then everything was fine. It's a whole collaborative process, and you're collaborating with your mind. And you think, oh, your mind is you, though. Why would you collaborate? Because it's not fully. It's sort of like doing its own. It's like it's split in two. There's the part of you that like wants it to work one way, and then there's the part that's just off doing its own thing, the imbalance part. And you got to all kind of work together and be like, where do we need to be today? And it's a day to day thing every day. But it's weird, and it's almost like I kind of like it in a way when I when I forget to take it, because you're on it for a while and then you feel a lot better than you did whatever 4 years ago or something. So then you think like, maybe I don't need to be on it anymore. And then 7 hours into forgetting, you're just like, they're out to get me. What am I doing? I'm a fraud, a failure. I'm going to quit and move into a cave in the middle of Montana. It all just sort of starts happening. And then you're like, boy, the meds work. Thank God I'm on them. So the last couple days have just been like, I've been feeling it. Like I've been feeling off because I'm not taking them on schedule. So I went ahead and kind of cataloged my feelings as they were happening. And this is all I was thinking all this stuff on a walk to run a couple of errands. I went to a post office, a Rite Aid, went and grabbed a cup of coffee, and I don't know, 30 minutes. That was all in a half hour. And this is the main thought I had right before I was walking out the door was just what's the point? Why run the errands? Who cares? I don't even want to go outside. I don't even deserve the fuck. It's 64 today in November in New York, which is not, I don't deserve the nice weather. I don't deserve the nice weather? What? Pre-meds, I would have I would have, Jesus. Pre-meds, I would have thought, hey, yeah, I agree with this statement that just popped into my head that I normally would think is like, huh? And then I wouldn't go outside. Draw the blinds, go back to sleep till fucking, I had to get up or something. What's the point? All the way on the walk to the coffee. Then I got the coffee and smelled it. I was like, oh man, and it shot a little bit of like, oh God, it is kind of nice. Maybe I just needed the caffeine. And I'm like, and then like all in a flash, I started thinking about the walk to run the errands, living in New York, how nice it is. I'm getting ready to go on tour. And I was just like, this is my dream come true. I am fucking living the dream. I've already made it no matter what happens. This is 1.5 minutes after what's the point? I'm just like, my dream is alive. It's coming true. I'm me. This is it. Ha ha. Then I walked by a homeless person, and I immediately was like, that's me in a year. I'm gonna be that. And you know what? It's fine. Maybe I'll be homeless and I'll probably figure it out. And then I started getting competitive with the homeless guy, and I was like, dude, I'll be a fucking better. This guy hasn't figured it out. I'll be a better homeless guy than. First of all, I wouldn't sit on this corner and ask for anything. It's not busy enough. I'd go to a way more populated center and do a little like tour. I started planning. Instead of thinking about my stand-up tour, I started thinking about what kind of homeless tour I would do in order to collect the most amount of money panhandling. And then like, what underpass am I gonna live on? And like, first things first, gotta get some money, go to an REI, get a tent, like that kind of shit. I think all of that was probably, I think, a minute and a half. I think because from the walk to the coffee to the post office. And then I was in the post office, and I was like, I saw the post office is fucking super depressing. And I saw these like people who didn't know how to mail things. And someone was just like, I don't know what to do. Like their first words when they got up to the thing were like, like, how can I help you? I don't know what to do. And I'm like, this fucking idiot is gonna die a loser. Like, this is my first thought. I'm like, who walks around and leads with that? Like, someone, what can I help you? I don't know. Because, like, 45. Fucking, of course you don't know. You got this far not knowing, you'll never know. And then I started going, like, thank God I'm not like that. I'm like, I've fucking come this far. I am bending reality to my will, and I'll continue to do so. We're just, we're going nothing, everything, nothing, back to everything. What am I, Neo from I'm bending reality to my will? I'm fucking doing a tour of one-nighters across America. Whoa. Then I left the post office, and I noticed, that's when I know I got to start writing all this down, because I noticed that I had said that, like, I'm going to bend reality in well. And then I went from that all the way down to, like, but look at how far I've come. I should be way further. My fucking, career, life, worthless, all of it. What's the point? Again, it's back to what's the point? And then I entered the Rite Aid, and I was like, oh, I know what I need. I need one of those, like, weekly pill counter things where you put your medicine in each day and leave it out on the counter. That's what all this has been about. All that stuff was actually, I just need to get this thing, and then I'll be back on track. That was a 30-minute sort of mental. So now when you think, like, how is, depression and anxiety so fucking exhausting? It's that. I didn't have control over. I didn't know I was thinking that and feeling those feelings until I kind of snapped out of it. And I didn't even necessarily have to. There was nothing that snapped. I didn't tell myself, Nick, snap out of it. I just sort of snapped out of it and saw that I was doing that. And then I was like, oh, okay. But sometimes it just, and I don't have like super extreme crazy, not crazy like in that sense, but whatever. I am crazy. I can fucking say that word. Fuck you. It wasn't like, it's not super intense to where you can go days, weeks, months without snapping out of it. And nothing's ever felt more real than those feelings. So fortunately it wasn't that. And what's funny is I went to the Rite Aid, and all I could think about was getting popcorn, and I didn't get the pill thing. Stupid. I'm dumb. I'm going to order it just on Amazon, I think. And then Amazon will send me like a set of 11 of them for like $4. I'm like, no one needs this. Why 11 of them? From a company called Zimpluft. If you remember that previous episode where I was going on about Amazon company names, that's where that's from. And I guess the very last thought was, after I got home, I was like, this would be a good idea for a quick podcast episode. Almost immediately followed by, this is the worst idea for a small podcast episode. Why am I even doing one? Then right back to, no, this is it, man. I got fucking people download this. There's people on my Patreon. Come on, Nick, let's fucking go. And I did that for about 2 hours, among other things. I was sending emails and doing stuff, but just to fucking, you're juggling, you're spinning mental and emotional plates. Felt good to fucking just say, though. It feels way worse when you think that stuff and you don't say it out loud, because it feels almost more embarrassing. But then you're just like, this is just, it's the way it is. What can you do? Denying it's worse? Pretending it's not as bad, or not as, or lying to your friend or whoever about how you feel. It's just, it's funny. I saw like, with that model, Bella Hadid or whatever, posted something where she was like crying because she's like, fame sucks, and then I'm like, oh God. And then it's like, Bella opens up about her anxiety, and I was like of two minds about it, on top of the 2 minds I already have. So I was 4 minds about this. I was like, it, it takes other people doing the groundwork to talk about mental health before the celebrity and their publicity team start calculating the numbers, and they're like, okay, you're in the clear to talk about your mental health. It's not going to hurt your following. Which is it? I guess it's cynical, but that's the way they are. These fucking super famous influencer types. They have to wait to do it. But on the other hand, I guess I'm glad they're doing it. Like I've been fucking talking about this shit in my stand up for I get no, and a lot of other, I've seen stand ups and stuff talk openly talking about depression and being suicidal and stuff for a decade or more. And it was just like, oh, but now, someone who's just fucking entering the scene or is like, that has nothing to do with, they're just like, they exist to be hot, like this model says something and they're like, she's the bravest hero the world's ever known. So it's both. It's annoying, but it's also good. Just let's get the information out there. Let's get it out that someone who looks like that can feel like that and not have control over it. And it's not just like, boohoo, I'm famous. It's she'd feel that way if she wasn't. If she has a disorder, it's, and she could just keep getting more and more famous and more successful and maybe still feel even fucking worse. So good for you, I guess, Bella Hadid. Whatever it is that you do, I don't know, but good for you. I'm happy you're being honest, even if it's a very well calculated, publicity driven honest. It's still better than keeping it hidden. I don't know. But anyway, come see me on tour where I won't be this fucking miserable. I'm not miserable. Um, but I mean, I will. I'm gonna make it a point to, continue talking about like mental health stuff, but it'll, obviously in a funnier, more stage ready way. But so the first couple dates, here they are. There we got Houston, Texas. I'm at the Riot HTX. What's cool about this, what I like about this is it's all like indie venues, minus the Punchline, which I've has always had like an indie feel because the booker is just like so great about like booking rad comics that like aren't what she's like supposed to book, because easily that calendar could have a lot more comics who just will guaranteed fill seats. But she's really good about like quality, and I include myself in that. Obviously, she books me and I play there, but I look at that calendar and I'm like, man, like hats off to her and her desire to just book what's good, you know, versus just what sells. So anyway, the Riot is a great indie comedy venue, and I'll be there December 3rd. And then, dude, I'm playing the Pussifer record store on the 11th of December, and it's going to be so fucking awesome. And my very extra special guest is Rory Scovel, and I couldn't do it without him. I mean, we did the whole Tool tour together, so it only made sense that we do this together too. So it'll be me and Rory at the Pussifer store December 11th, and those tickets go on sale, I think, November 12th. I'll update it on the site once I have the link and all that stuff. But that's happening. So if you live in Phoenix or somewhere around there in Arizona, get your ass to that show because it's gonna be fun. And then go to my website for everything else. I'm gonna update it. I added literally another one to the poster since yesterday, but I think I'm gonna leave that like that, and then just everything else will go to the website. But there's Lafayette, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, Dubuque, Iowa. I'm working on Chicago right now. A couple other cities in that direction are falling in line. So yeah, stay updated on the site, and I feel so much better. I really do. Thank you guys. I'll see you, let's say, tomorrow?
It's the end of the show. Like, subscribe, and comment. And don't be a dick.